Which one should you buy? The Mercedes-AMG GT63S or the BMW M8 Competition Gran Coupe? Well, in this episode, we are gonna find out. The M8 Competition is a very expensive vehicle. It starts at around $139,000, but it doesn't seem too expensive when you look at the price of the Mercedes. That car starts at around $170,000. That is very expensive, almost $100,000 more than the AMG C43. And if you'd like to see a video on that car, click on the top right corner of your display. The M8 Competition has a sportier looking exterior than the M8 50i. You have an updated front and rear bumper and different side skirts. There are 20-inch wheels with different design choices, and you can go for the M Carbon exterior package, which replaces some of the body parts with carbon fiber. Overall, this vehicle looks very nice. I really like the side profile and the back. The front is also very good. It looks a lot better than many other BMWs out there. But how does it compare to the Mercedes? Like the M8, the AMG has 20-inch wheels with different design choices. You can go for the night pack, which replaces some of the chrome trim on the outside with black. You can go for a carbon fiber roof or the panorama roof. The carbon fiber roof reduces weight, but the panorama roof makes it nicer inside by letting in more light. Overall, I really like how this vehicle looks. It's a great car. The side and front is beautiful. The back is also pretty good. Between these two cars, I prefer the front and the side of the Mercedes. The M8 is very nice, especially on the back, which I prefer of the AMG. But which exterior do you guys prefer? Let me know in the comments down below. The Mercedes has a very cool looking interior. The beautiful widescreen display makes the cabin feel more modern. The AMG Performance steering wheel looks great. There's also ambient lighting, which looks awesome at night. The interior quality is also pretty good. Overall, I really like the design. The panorama roof would make it even better. But how does it compare to the interior of the BMW? The BMW's interior isn't as exciting as the cabin in the Mercedes. You have these two separate displays instead of the widescreen display. You also have the M Sport steering wheel, and just like the AMG, you have ambient lighting, though the ambient lighting is slightly better in the Mercedes. However, there is one thing you can never ever go wrong with, and that's BMW's interior quality. Their interiors always feel very solid and contain some of the highest quality materials. The interior quality is definitely better than in the Mercedes. And the design is not bad. It doesn't look too exciting, but it doesn't look bad. It's a clean, nice design. While Mercedes is very good at making their interiors look good, BMW is very good at making their interiors feel good. But which interior do you guys prefer? Let me know in the comments down below. While these are sporty cars, they are both large sedans. So how do they compare in storage? The Mercedes is up to 12.7 cubic foot of cargo space, which is slightly more than you get on an Audi e-tron GT. And if you'd like to see a video on that car, click on the top right corner of your display. The BMW has a bigger trunk. It has up to 15.5 cubic foot of cargo space. These cars have massive engines. The BMW has a 4.4 liter twin-turbo V8 engine, which makes 617 horsepower and 553 pound-feet of torque. It powers all of the wheels by an 8-speed automatic transmission. The Mercedes has a slightly smaller engine. It has a handcrafted 4-liter twin-turbo V8 engine. This engine makes 630 horsepower and 664 pound-feet of torque. It's impressive. This engine is slightly smaller, but it makes more power. This car powers all four wheels by a 9-speed automatic transmission. However, a very important factor that determines how fast these vehicles are is their weight. The BMW is a pretty heavy car. It weighs more than 4,100 pounds, but it doesn't seem too heavy when you look at the weight of the Mercedes. That car weighs over 4,700 pounds. So, let's find out how quick these vehicles are. The Mercedes can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 3.1 seconds. It can finish the quarter mile in 11 seconds and has a top speed of 193 miles per hour. 193 miles per hour, that's insane. The BMW is easily going to be faster due to its lighter weight. It can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 3 seconds. The difference is tiny between these two cars. It can pass the quarter mile in 10.7 seconds and has a top speed of 190 miles per hour. The Mercedes has a better top speed, but this car has better overall performance. Now let's talk about the chassis upgrades these vehicles get over their standard versions. The M8 Competition has a stiffer shock suspension than the M850i. It comes with adaptive dampers as standard. The suspension is also lowered by 10mm. You have bigger sway bars at the front and rear preventing body roll. There's also wider track, and you have variable ratio steering. So basically the system requires less force to steer at low speeds, more force at higher speeds. It basically makes it easier to steer. There's also torque vectoring, which can send 100% of the power to the outer wheel with the most grip. There's even a rear-wheel drive mode if you want to do donuts. The Mercedes has an air suspension system. It has adaptive dampers as standard, and just like the BMW you have variable ratio steering. Makes it easier to steer at low speeds, harder to turn at higher speeds. This car comes with rear-wheel steering, which can turn the rear wheels by up to 1.5 degrees. At low speeds, the rear wheels turn the opposite direction of the front wheels. At higher speeds, they turn the same direction as the front wheels, providing better stability. And just like the M8, you have torque vectoring, which can send power to the outer wheel, which has the most grip. The M8 Competition has updated brakes over the M850i. At the front, this vehicle has 395mm discs gripped by 6-piston calipers. At the back, this vehicle has 380mm discs gripped by single-piston calipers. You can get the brake calipers in blue, red, or black. There's even carbon ceramic brakes, so you get 400mm discs instead of 395mm at the front. The Mercedes has 391mm discs gripped by 6-piston calipers at the front. At the back, this vehicle has 361mm discs gripped by single-piston calipers. Just like the BMW, you can get carbon ceramic brakes, so you get 401mm discs instead of 391mm discs. Weight isn't only an essential factor which determines how fast these vehicles go, it's also a very important factor determining how much distance these cars require to stop. So since the M8 is lighter, it will most likely have better stopping performance. With the Mercedes, since you have the air suspension system, the ride is more comfortable. You can set it to a stiffer setting which will make the vehicle feel more agile and prevent body roll. The rear wheel steering doesn't only improve the turning circle at low speeds, it also improves stability at higher speeds. And the traction is very good. You have the all-wheel drive system and torque vectoring. The variable ratio steering also increases stability and gives the vehicle a deft feel. And those AMG Sport brakes have good stopping performance. Overall, this vehicle is very nice to drive. It has very good acceleration, it has a great suspension, awesome traction, it handles very well, it steers very nicely thanks to the variable ratio steering, and has good brakes. With the BMW, since you have the stiffer suspension, the vehicle feels more agile. The bigger sway bars also prevents body roll, and the traction is very good. Just like the AMG, you have the all-wheel drive system with torque vectoring. The wider track also improves stability, and the variable ratio steering makes the steering more controllable. The M Sport brakes also have very good stopping performance. Overall, this car is also very good to drive. It's very powerful, very fast, it has very good brakes, it steers very nicely, has great traction, and handles very well in corners. So which should you buy? The Mercedes AMG GT63S or the BMW M8 Competition Gran Coupe? These cars are excellent. The Mercedes has a beautiful exterior, a very cool looking interior, it's very fast and drives very nicely. But when you look at the price, this vehicle starts at $170,000, almost $40,000 more than the M8, and that is why it makes more sense to buy that car. It has a beautiful exterior, a very luxurious interior with awesome build quality, it has great storage, a very nice engine, it's rapid and provides an awesome driving experience. And that is why the BMW M8 Competition Gran Coupe is better than the Mercedes AMG GT63S. But which car do you guys prefer? Let me know in the comments down below. But anyways, that's going to wrap it up for today's episode.